Well, folks, I am here on this Sunday morning. It is 7:55 Sunday morning, 7:55 Pacific time, Sunday morning. And I just wanted to kind of go over just a few things. Maybe we'll go over current events. I just do this kind of off the top for now. I may change the dynamic later. But I just want to kind of do a refresher of the show I did yesterday about self-defense and some of the things that I either want to repeat or I want to say that I perhaps didn't say. I haven't re-listened to the show, so I'll just go over a few things that are on my mind as of now. And these are things that I do not necessarily follow because they are certainly easier said than done. But again, you should always know your surroundings. Know that when you get up in the morning and your feet hit the ground, people are going to do things that are going to piss you off, or at least there is a great possibility of that happening. And it's how you choose to respond to it that will have the most positive and best results. So I just want to mention my show yesterday. And I am one to believe that anger just like happy or perhaps even horny, they are involuntary. I mean, emotions are involuntary. And anger stems from, most anger with adults anyway, stems from the belief of being treated unfairly and unjustly. And as someone who is somewhat moderate right, I do feel treated unfairly and unjustly by the establishment, and that the entertainment industry does not necessarily speak for me or articulate my position. And at this point in time, there is not a lot that I can do. But it's kind of I don't necessarily know the right word, but it's these social media companies are kind of disingenuous with 230. I believe that Section 230 was written for the information age and not the age of censorship, which is what it has become. It is the age of you have to watch what you say, and it only goes in one direction. Now, I'm not the one who originated that. That would be Tim Pool that said censorship goes in one direction. I had a gentleman by the name of Debate Me on, and he said, well, we understand capitalism. They're doing capitalistic things. It seems underhanded, and it doesn't seem noble. And I wonder what conservatives can do and free-thinking people can do to combat the woke cancel culture. You do have money that you can spend, whether these people are on television, on legacy media, or on social media. And you can also find out their sponsors, and you can also not spend money and boycott, because they do that. They boycott. And you can find companies that that are immediate, that have your values, and those that take the strongest of stands, you can actually do something. And it does anger me that there are plenty of things that cannot be spoken or said, and that does kind of bother me. By the way, I just noticed someone. I've been talking and replying with a gentleman, and this was I'm going to kind of read this entire thing. I got about 15 replies, and this is, I'll give his name because it's out in public, but Jerome Ali said, and it was from my statement, the whole of America and the West have become degenerate. I believe that not only America has become degenerate, but perhaps even the world has become somewhat degenerate. And Jerome said, because of Jesus, and he said, because of Jesus Christ, that is why we are degenerate. And I said, is your statement condemning Jesus as a cause of degeneracy? And he said, there is no proof of food, or maybe for his existence, he might have said. On top of that, Christ has never benefited the liberation of African or Black American people. It's European mythology. And he says, you have to have common sense instead of unrealistic beliefs. Children believe in Santa Claus just like the adults, and religious people believe in Christ, the same thing. And I said, it could be said that all religion is based on mythology. Do you believe that Black people benefited from being in America? And then there was a person that said Jesus is real. He is coming back someday. Might want to rethink your arrogant position. James Hilton said that. And Jerome Ali said, prove it. Did he walk on water? Plus, when they created the story of dying on the cross, and he said, Father, why have you forsaken me? Why would he ask God that? Christianity has failed African people as a whole. That includes African Americans too. It keeps you poor. And someone said, facts. And then I just asked him, I said, I noticed you did not answer my last question. And he says, yes, blacks have tremendously benefited from being in America, as well as the white power structure have benefited more from us. I love this country, but it does not take Jesus for me to be successful. As you can see, it has not worked. We cannot accept the same indoctrination that the slave masters beat into us anymore, or else we will forever be last place in the human race. We have to ascend a higher level of spirituality. Is our original African spirituality? But that is never going to happen. African Americans are too far gone. So he believes that, and this is, by the way, Jesse Lee Peterson's show that I enjoy. I enjoy Jesse Lee Peterson's. It was his The Fallen State, and I enjoy his show, and I also his regular show, his Fallen State, and I also tremendously enjoy the Hake Report. It's quite a different perspective, and I might ask Jerome Ali another question. You see, again, he believes that the white power structure, but that the white power structure have benefited more from us. Slavery was a worldwide condition, and it was a worldwide condition, and America, and England actually, uh, was against slavery before the United States, and then the United States also ended slavery before much of the world. And the thought that benefited slavery, I always ask if white people or European Americans benefited from slavery. The question that I kind of have is, why is Brazil not even close to the same economic powerhouse that the United States is? But that is my one point. That but human beings, and he believes that African Americans are too far gone to believe in. They are too far gone within their Christianity. I think that's what he kind of means. And I again, I myself am not a Christian. I grew up Catholic, and I guess I have some of those cultural beliefs, self-restraint, both with regards to diet and with regards to morality. I believe that morality should be a strong point, but I don't necessarily practice what I preach. I'll be the first to say that I struggle with food and with other things. Right now I do struggle with my anger at the left, because I find them to be the biggest of hypocrites. I find them to lack any honor, particularly these leftists that have a lot of power and control these companies. They're some of the most dishonorable human beings I think I've ever come across, and I struggle with the fact that they have so much power, not only within this nation, but within this world. And it certainly does bother me that we live, like I said, in a pure information age, and that these are not enlightenment human beings, and that does bother me. Anyway, I want to go to work and do my job and do the best that I can. This has been Brian with Transparency and Merit. Like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you think you gain anything from this. Perhaps you don't. Uh, some people have said the quality is not that good. I'm working on that, and I'm working on myself and as best I can with the limited resources that I have. So I thank you for listening to me. Those few that have, some have a lot of negative things have been out there to address me, and not a lot I can do about that. So thank you for listening, and be calm, be stoic.